there's not one story in particular, but I think we can all relate, especially the women who are listening, where there's that person that you think just doesn't like you. And you're like, why don't they like me? And then I took it one day and I don't know what made me do this. And I was like, what cues am I sending to this person? And it was like, well, I don't always smile and I don't always say hello. So I can't get offended if they don't do that. And it's really taking a step back and looking at what's my interaction. And I know that sometimes that's hard to do. It's a kind of level of criticism, which a lot of people don't like. And I know that that's a huge part of your work, is being able to give very constructive criticisms to make your clients more successful in their field. So I'd like for you to speak a bit about constructive criticism and how to give it properly, and also what to do with it when you receive it.
Oh, absolutely. So to give, the proper form of constructive criticism for your client, look at it as, well, first, before we dive into it, how is your attitude toward this approach? How are you feeling? Get in that mind space, get in that mindset of, this is a positive. This is not a negative. This is just constructive criticism. This is meant to help you grow. And that is why people hire you. This is why they pay the retainers. This is why they tap into your level of expertise, to get that proper guidance of, look, this is what I see. This is what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do, but this is a better way for you to get the goals that you're after. This is a better approach to that. And just lead with that. Always starts with attitude, but then also, getting into that feedback and really outlining it for them. And following the outline, making sure that you're actually giving them, what is the action steps beyond this? Because who doesn't like getting feedback and then there's not really any type of action associated with it? Just,
right.
Oh, well, you're just doing terrible.
This is great, but then
yes.
There's no strategy. How do I move forward?
Exactly. Like, give me some feedback. If this is something I'm doing wrong, then what is the solution to that? What would you recommend? Because 9 times out of 10, they'll be much more receptive to it if you follow that criticism, that constructive criticism, with something that's actionable that they can work on and be a collaborative effort. And that's ultimately what you want. Now, when I receive constructive criticism, I always thank them. Thank you so much for flagging that. See how I kind of switched up the wording there? Instead of, oh gosh, that's my mistake, I'm so sorry. No, stop apologizing. Mistakes happen, things happen, and we're not always on 110% every day. Right. So it's, again, go back to that attitude, check your attitude first, come into it with an open mind and a positive attitude, and then get your response in there. Thank you so much for sharing that feedback. I'll definitely look into ways that I can improve upon. I appreciate that. Right. And leave it at that. And imagine how much better you'll feel, as opposed to, well, I've been doing it for 20 years and it's always been this way and it's always been right. Stop.
Yeah.
Now we're falling backwards, and the idea is growth, not only for our personal lives, but also for our professional careers.